So the MuleSoft community is great in distributing information, raising questions and encouraging collaboration and education. And hopefully we can all agree on that. We're all part of a really good community. So recently I was reading a post on LinkedIn from a colleague. You'll know who you are when you see the subject of the videos. Thus, thanks for the prompt. And he posted 5 reasons why MuleSoft was needed as an integration technology. And I thought this might be an interesting subject for a mini-series of videos to look at some of the reasons why MuleSoft is needed as an integration architecture. So as a taster, here are the 5 high-level subjects that I'll be giving my views about on this mini-series, which will be released over the following weeks. If you'd like to follow along, then please consider subscribing to the channel. And if you find the information interesting and useful, then please give the video a like. It does make a difference. It gets the YouTube algorithm to show it to more people. As usual, comments and questions are always appreciated, and I'll try to do my best to answer as many questions as I can. So the first fact that we're going to talk about is one that says that 72% of applications in the enterprise are disconnected. The second one will be 8 out of 10 IT leaders say integration challenges slow down digital transformation. We'll then look at 78% faster to market with reusable integration and APIs. And we'll finish off with 30% reduction in integration costs when building on a point platform, and 50% of APIs will go unmanaged by 2025. So let's start with that 72% of applications in the enterprise are disconnected. And in no particular order, I'll give some of my thoughts. Oh, and at the end of this video, I'll talk about what impact this particular statement may have on the topic of the moment, which is AI, obviously. So the first why originated from the Salesforce MuleSoft report from 2024 and states that 72% of the applications in an enterprise are disconnected. So as people who have read my articles and seen my videos will know, I've worked in data pretty much the whole of my career in different ways. So at first I was somewhat shocked, and then actually when I thought about it some more, not really surprised. The first reason that came to mind about why we may have this large disconnect came from some recent issues that I've encountered within my own current working environment. There are still, in some industries, a significant number of legacy systems that make connections to the data stores difficult, although not impossible. However, in some cases, legacy systems are accompanied by legacy thought patterns, and the task of releasing data from these systems is filed in the too difficult drawer. However, as I found out with my experience, the too difficult drawer will at some point become full, and you will have to address it in some way. Now, one answer, of course, is to upgrade the legacy system, and hopefully this will include looking at how the new systems will integrate with other systems in the enterprise. We should keep in mind, though, that the MuleSoft Anypoint platform does have a significant number of connectors that address what we could refer to as old technology, such as COBOL-based systems, which are still in use and have supported major systems in a number of industries. Now that leads on to the next reason why enterprise applications may be disconnected, and I suppose this is related to the legacy systems in as much as it's the legacy technology that supports not only the legacy systems but other more modern applications within an enterprise. Failure to maintain support system software may drive an organisation down a route that it would rather not travel. However, business demands may force programs and projects to take a short-term view and incur technical debt, which then disconnects applications in favour of the maintenance of core functionality. And we'll return to the short-term views later on in this video. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is siloed programs and projects. In organisations which are distributed in terms of departments, regions or subsidiaries, as I've experienced in the utilities industry in the past, especially where they are non-centralised unit that has responsibility for their own budget, it's easy for applications to become disconnected. But I've also seen this within centralised organisations where programs and projects, even though they're working in the same locations, sometimes even the same offices, are extremely siloed and do not talk to one another for a number of reasons. So why does this mean that applications become disconnected? Well, in my view, this can mostly be attributed to a lack of vision with regards to the desired business outcomes. Now, linking back to the catalyst methodology for 1 minute, remember that one of the pillars of the catalyst is business outcomes. You need to establish a clear vision of the desired business outcomes, where you are now, where you want to get to, and importantly, how you're going to achieve that. And I think most people will agree that this requires enterprise architecture. So let's talk about enterprise architecture then. So without a clear vision of where the entire enterprise would like to be, and accepting that it will be a dynamic picture, it will be difficult, if not impossible, to achieve the desired connection of systems and data. We have to accept that if we have regional elements of an enterprise, they may have their own strategic requirements which may align with things such as geographical elements, regional compliances, but even so, in my view, these should be incorporated into the enterprise overall strategic vision. There will always be challenges in terms of short-term priorities or financial constraints, even differing management priorities, but this is where the enterprise architects will need the soft skills required to maintain the principles of Catalyst methodology of balancing short-term and long-term views and using composability to drive more predictable change, just to name two. As I said previously, a lot of my career has been working with data in some capacity or another, and where I have seen successful enterprises, they have generally been associated, as I've said, with a clear vision of where they want to be, how they are going to get there, and associated with this, especially in the finance and telecommunication industries, a clear data strategy. Enterprise architecture and data strategy, for me at least, should go hand in hand. But I still see a lot of organisations where this is not happening. This is one of the clear reasons that when I thought about it, I could see that the number of disconnected applications is so significantly high. So in conclusion for this video, let's just take a minute to think about the number of disconnected applications. I've covered some of my thoughts, but there are many more reasons that applications are disconnected, such as lack of skills within organisations, lack of knowledge around data integration and developing composable architectures, political, financial and time pressures, and many more. And I hope you can think of some in your own environments. But I said at the beginning of the video that I'd talk about the impact this may have on AI. Well, AI, whichever way you look at it, is based on learning from the data that it's presented with. And this is one of the conundrums of the AI revolution that we're seeing at the moment. If you present AI learning tools with bad data, whatever that means, the outcomes can be significant and result in bias and discrimination, bad decision making, innovation of the type that you don't want to see, and many other moral and legal implications, let alone sort of the things of communications with customers. But taking this into the context of disconnected applications, we can see that the use of AI in businesses where applications and their data are disconnected could well limit the benefits that are potentially there to be harvested. And limiting benefits, to be honest, is probably the best case scenario, and disconnected data could, at its worst, provide incomplete and inaccurate information on which to base business decisions or customer communications, which can have a significant operational consequence, both financially and in some cases, safety-related implications. So I hope this video has prompted some of your own thought around this subject. And in the next video, I'll talk about why IT leaders believe that integration challenges slow down digital transformation. And I hope to see you then. So remember, subscribe to the channel to be informed when that video will be released. Bye for now.